Predators. All right. So we're going to talk about...
Whoa. I'm Nick here.
I'm Dan.
Oh, good. Now we're ready.
Yeah. We're going to cover predators, and this is a predatory move here.
Self-predator. Nice.
Yeah.
Who we got tonight? Who's the big predator? Who's the prey?
The people that are always the victims. The gullible ones, the ignorant ones, the ones that are like, how was I supposed to know? It's like, well, common sense? I don't know. So this comes from a story that came up on one of my favorite podcasts, Criminal.
Which one?
Phoebe
Criminal.
Judge.
That's a good one.
She's a big
Phoebe
fan.
J.
Mm-hmm.
She loves our episodes.
Yeah.
I can't get it. She always blogging at me. Okay.
So this one woman, Toby Dorr, she was like in her 50s and lonely, but she was married. It's backstory, victimization right there. She's like, oh, I was so lonely. So she started a dog program with inmates, and the inmates would care for dogs. And she met this one inmate who was imposing and, I guess, attractive for her. And eventually, this inmate like protected her, and then she felt comfortable with him. So she decided that she was going to take money out of her 401k.
Sounds good.
Yep.
So far.
Go to the prison, put him in a dog crate, break him out of prison, give him a gun, and then something afterwards.
Everything checks out so far. Is there a problem?
Yeah.
Did this go bad?
I don't know what, like, if you listen to her description of what happened, she was just like, well, I wasn't thinking about it. Like,
my question though is the dog thing. I get you bring a dog in a dog crate, and then you bring a dog out in a dog crate, but it's like a 180-pound dog, and you're like, I got it. I'm just gonna carry this, and everyone's like, that's cool. It's the dog, probably. There's a sheet over it. Let's not check.
I think that's exactly what she did. She said it was machinery or something. It's something she brought in, and the guy lost 25 pounds so that he could squeeze out.
There you go.
It's a very light, humid,
prison diet.
Super heavy dog.
She kept fattening the dog. In fact, it would be really hilarious if their only way of judging it was a weight thing, like Indiana Jones, and then they weighed it before it came in, and they didn't even look at it, and they were like, and then on their way out, they were like, this is about the same.
This is the Shawshank. He pulls the sheet back, and it's just a really fat dog. He's like, and the music plays.
Dun, dun. The warden has to throw something at the dog, poster behind it. Yeah. Don't give up, and it's like a pup. Don't give pup. It's a puppy motivational poster, and the warden throws a hole in it, and he's like, "What?" And he pokes his finger through, and it's where he was storing his meals that he wasn't eating. That's how he lost the weight. Genius. Don't give pup.
Don't give up.
Oh, damn.
Genius. Alrighty then.
So you're telling me there are people like this?
Yeah. So she was just she had never lived life, and she wanted to live life, but she didn't know what that meant. So she was just like, and then I decided I was gonna, go along, give him a gun, see how it went. And it's just like after she broke him out, she's just like, I was just kind of stuck. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. And I was like, no shit, because you didn't have a freaking thought in your brain.
This is like the people who let it get too far, I guess, a little bit, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Once you get that far, you've already broken someone out of jail, it's like, I have to give them the gun. I mean, what if they told on me? You know what I mean? It's like, all right, let's see this to fruition. Let's see where it goes.
But these people are everywhere. They try to make it so that, any situation, they were, completely free of all blame. And then when you're in a corner, there's no way that they're going to help you. They're always going to back off. So you have to be aware of them being a predator by just being laissez-faire, because it's not their fault. They don't know what's going on. I'm going to be a bystander.
They were in the shit show. They got through most of the shit, and then when things got serious, they were like, I didn't mean to. Oh, heavens.
So how would you figure out who these people are? So I don't think they show themselves readily. I think it takes.
No, it's funny. I think the next Predators we do might touch on people like this. Spoiler alert. But it's like someone who's so they believe in something, but half-heartedly.
Yeah.
But in half-heartedly believing in it, they do way more than you should when you half-heartedly believe in something.
No
They're like,
conviction.
I'm going to sell my life savings for this. And you're like, your life savings? Are like, I sort of believe in it. And then when they do it, you're like, what? And then halfway through, they're like, yeah, I changed my mind. And you're like, you've already committed 8 crimes. You can't
just take
what
it
are
back.
you doing?
Yeah.
You can't take it back. And they're like, sorry. It's like a weird balance of commitment and belief where they don't really believe, but they're willing to commit 100%. And then when the consequences come, they're like, oh,
I
I
was
didn't
only
mean
50.
to.
It's 40.
I was
45.
joking. I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
But it's like you did it, so it's weird. It's like, and you touched on it being gullible. I don't know that it's straight gullibility so much as just weirdly foolish, wanting to be involved in it.
Yes.
Like wanting to be part of the caper, wanting to do something wild, but really not really being wild.
Yeah, it's blowing up your own life because you want to experience something. And I guess these people, like, they need to be, like, if you come across one of these people, it has to be that you test them out. Like, you have to figure out their personality a little bit and then, like, throw these scenarios at them and then see how they do. And then you have to kind of, like, pin them in a situation where they have to respond, which is difficult. You can't really do that to most people.
Right, in a situation, especially hypotheticals, it's hard to pin someone down. But like you're talking about a person who's like, yeah, let's just get married and move across the country together and start visiting all the ballparks. You're like, yeah, I would do that. And they're like, let's do it. And they're like, I'm willing to put up this much money. And you're like, this is crazy. We're going to do it. And then like they get to like the first ballpark and they're like, I need to go back and live with my parents. And you're like, but we sold everything. We have the RV. I'm ready. And they're like, this isn't me. It's like a weird, they started to be fully committed, but they're not.
Yeah.
Is this the person we're talking about?
Cold feet. So
yeah. But they pretend to be adventurous. It's not, because people with cold feet everywhere, but like someone who's really got crazy big ambitions and dreams and everything. And then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, posers a little bit. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, it's difficult. So a lot of the people that do this are like chameleons. So like they will like be completely on board, and then they bail. So the point at which they bail, you have to prepare for too. You have to make sure that in your own world, that you're fully prepared to do it alone, or be able to bail on your own.
Right, because they're going to bail at some weird point, and you're like,
right when you need them.
We were. Oh wait, I just thought we were. Oh what? Yep, police are here. Where are you at? Dandelion, where you at, Dandelion? They're here. Tell them. It was all part of the plan. They're gone. There's also a feature of them that's, you said, we mentioned gullibility, though? Like they're swept up in these plans?
Yeah, they're whimsical.
So they really believe it, though, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think they believe it
for a while.
Up to, for a little while, they fully believe it.
They believe it until the reality hits.
Mm-hmm.
So they're dreamers that don't really want to do the work.
Sounds like it.
Wow. We got some dreamers out there who talk a big game, want to do big things, but they don't want to go to jail. They don't want to pony up and do the work. Like, go to jail, spin the wheel. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. There are people like that who will, and they egg you on. They make you feel like you're a dreamer.
Yeah.
You're like, hell yeah. Yeah.
That's
Let's
normal.
friggin' sell it. Let's do it. If you're brave, I'm brave. And then all of a sudden they're gone, and you're like, oof. Not gonna happen. That's for sure. So can we find these people? Who are they? Anyone who's a dreamer, correct. If you meet a dreamer, stay away. They're all liars.
They're all bad. Yeah, it's a tricky one because you don't know that you're in the situation until they pull the cord, and then they're gone.
And you've sold half of your license, your real estate. You have a motorcycle. You got this weird license. You broke like 18 laws in a weird state, and you're like,
they got your kids, they got your house, they got your car.
And you're like, I should have thought this one through. Damn it. But wait, aren't you the dreamer at that point a little bit?
I think it does take two dreamers. This is one of the situations where it's like a realist and a dreamer actually work really well together. Like two realists also work well, but two dreamers is just like those people, what the hell? Like,
Is that the prison scenario that you were describing?
I
Like,
think so.
She's a dreamer, and he's
forced
a prisoner.
to try to escape because that's what he's a prisoner.
Yeah, I mean, he's a realist when you think about it. He's just playing it a little bit, or is he being a dreamer? I have no idea if a prisoner can be a dreamer. I mean, they can, but
100%.
We'll never know his.
The best part of the end was that like they went to someplace public, got spotted, and they were on the freeway, and then she was just like, "Oh, there's no cars here, and all the police are like barring the exits for some reason," and it's just like.
Oh, she didn't even put 2 and 4 together. She was just like, "That's crazy. There's a prisoner here," and she was looking around for them. Yeah. It's like, no, it's you.
Yeah, and then he turned to her and said, "Should we pull over?" And she goes, "Yeah, well, it is the law." And then, like, as he was like pulling over, one of the police officers like swerved in front of him, and he's like, "They're trying to kill me!" And then he accelerated, and then he hit a tree at like 100 miles an hour. But they both lived.
God bless. There's a happy ending to every story.
Yep.
So how do you spot these people? Should we avoid them? Is there any way to avoid them?
I don't know that you knew. I mean, you can throw out these grand ideas and see if they buy in. You can throw out some like skepticism and then see how they receive the skepticism. Just be like, "Are you sure about that?" And then like see how they handle questions.
Reality check them. Check them. Reality check in your face.
Reality check.
Reality. Here's some reality. Have some reality.
But what are you gonna do with the money? Reality. And they'll be like. $10,000 lasts forever.
Spend it on you, baby.
Yeah, you could be wearing that money.
Imagine if they broke down the $10,000 into meals. Wendy's. I'm talking lots of days at the Wendy's.
4 for $4.
4 for $4.
We're eating rich, baby.
We going crazy. What about toilet paper? The train station. We're gonna grab the jumbo 2-ply roll and we're gonna stick it in your purse, and then boom, that's toilet paper for a week.
Sounds fantastic, Nick. Let's do it.
I'm a dreamer. Let's go.
Alrighty.
So try not to be a victim of these people. They're called happy, optimistic people. Stick with people who are downers. Yeah. Stick with people who are telling you your shit and nothing will ever work out.
Dead end forever.
Yeah, be realistic.
Yeah.
Nowhere. You know where you're going? Nowhere. So, yeah, I think that's.
That'll take you right to your grave.
Don't be a dreamer, folks.
Predators.